Hi, welcome to another episode of Trailer Talk. We're going to talk about that awesome Spider Man No Way Home trailer. Yeah, we're going to do that with my good friend Shadowbiz and my good friend Lord Deathman. I am Sakar's Grandmaster. Before we start, I would like to ask you all to hit that like and subscribe button so you will not miss once we put out a new video. Piers, I'll let you go first. You are probably very excited, judging from your background.
Yep, definitely. So yeah, like it's awesome. Like, because did you guys see the leaked story or the plot details about this movie?
Now,
It's pretty much exactly like what they said it was. Like that Doc Ock would appear in this. Well, pretty much the Sinister Six, and we obviously saw the bomb and his laugh by Norman Osborn's not Norman Osborn. What's Willem Dafoe's Willem Dafoe's Norman Osborn. So that's gonna be this is amazing. Like literally, it's amazing. We get to see the Sinister Six, like from like the multiverse. Like this kind of confirms everything, right? That it's all connected. So I'm I'm jumping the gun here, but it seems like it's connected because it could be still. We don't know yet if it's connected to the Raimi verse, but I guess it is. So yeah. But apart from that, because with Doctor Strange fiddling around and trying to save Peter's life in a way, because like the dual identity is pretty dangerous in terms of like his it's like an occupational hazard what he's doing. So yeah, I wonder though, in releasing the villains because of that mistake he made, I wonder if he's also released a villain for himself that will happen happen in the multiverse of madness. So I was thinking about that too.
yeah, it's all connected. Well, the first feeling was they're really gonna do it, but then I started to think about it. We still have JJJ, same actor, different iteration. So that could still happen with the villains coming in through the multiverse, as it appears to be looking like that in the trailer, at least. Lord Deathman, what are your thoughts on that?
Well, my thoughts on the trailer are pretty much in line with Biz, but I have a slightly different take on it. Biz is absolutely right. This trailer basically confirmed everything you've been seeing as far as the speculation and spoiler culture and social, and it also confirmed plot leaks that you might have read. So it kind of felt to me like this trailer was very perfunctory in that it really was just like, oh, somebody at Sony says, well, here, what are all the things that are in the wild right now that are true about this movie? Right? Somebody kind of said that, and then they made the decision to like put every confirmed fact into the trailer, probably as a defense mechanism against giving away any other secrets of the film. But this is the first time in a while that I feel that Marvel has sort of missed the mark with me on a piece of marketing. They're usually really good about that kind of stuff, giving you just enough to tease, the big adventure that's coming. But with this, it felt like, and this is the danger of spoiler culture. This is the danger of speculation culture. This is the danger of circulated leaks and going after all that stuff in advance. There was nothing in this trailer that surprised me. Not a single thing. Everything that happened in this trailer, with the exception of Doctor Strange like being on a train and sort of acting antagonistically towards Peter, everything in it I already knew, right? So this is a nothing new trailer for me. And that's the kind of first issue that I have with the trailer. And then the second is, I think, as you guys know, I've been a big proponent of keeping an open mind about how they're going to handle the multiverse in this particular movie. I think what they did with Loki was an excellent start to giving you a grounding on the multiverse and introducing you to the concept of variance. But I have to say that in the execution that I'm seeing in this trailer, and granted, this is not the whole movie, I'm very disappointed in the way that they're tackling this. This just feels like they're using the multiverse to kind of take some shortcuts with regards to storytelling. It's like, we don't have 10 years to organically give you a Sinister Six, but we're going to pull them right out of the multiverse and do it that way. Also, just the characterization of Doctor Strange. I have a feeling that this Doctor Strange is sort of a doppelganger from the multiverse, like the dark Doctor Strange that we're seeing in some of the What If teasers. This is likely that Doctor Strange. I'm going to bet a non-vital organ that's not our Doctor Strange.
Yeah, your appendix or something.
Yeah, my appendix. Let's go with my appendix. But even so, it's like he was acting so cartoonishly that it was kind of a turnoff for me. So, it was an excellently edited trailer, although I'm getting a little tired of the classic Spider-Man theme done as orchestral. It had great special effects, and I know, with the budget on this film, we're likely for a real roller coaster here. But yeah, this trailer really amounts to confirming that creatively, I just may not be in line with the vision of what they plan to do for the film, which had to happen at some point.
Yeah. Well, I'm a bit. My thoughts go two ways. Overall, when I look at what the trailer shows us, I can see the awesomeness. It's not that I don't see it, and if I wouldn't care about the MCU at all, or just be a fanboy, I would go nuts. But I do have some concerns because I do care about the MCU, and I don't like this. I've said this many times before. I don't like those connections to old movies, but apparently they're gonna do it. I'm not too big of a fan of that. About Doctor Strange, I have the same feelings as Lord Deathman. I also have the feeling this is not our Strange, and he is too eager to do that spell. So he's not the cautious man he has been portrayed as before. So yeah, it felt a bit off. But that's my problem with the Sony Spider-Man entries in the MCU. Anyway, they always feel a little bit off to me. Both Homecoming and Far From Home, they look different, they feel different, and maybe it's just me because you see the Columbia and the Sony Pictures logo before the movie, and with others you don't, but it just feels a bit different. The marketing is also handled by Sony Pictures and not by Marvel Studios, so that's why normally Marvel is very secretive about their trailers, so that leads me to think this trailer is also a misdirect, as they have done so many times before. Could well be, like what Deathman say, they take everything that has been leaked and confirmed in the trades and online, and they put that in their trailer, but it's actually cut very cleverly and it's a total misdirect. Could be, could still happen, but my experience with the Sony Spider-Man movies before showed me that the Spider-Man trailers are usually very spoilery when it comes to the movie itself. So yeah, I'm not sure if I'm gonna hate this movie. I'm not sure if I'm gonna like this movie, but it all depends on the execution, I guess. And yeah, I think bringing characters through multiverse is a bit weak. Only I can see it if they do it once. So you bring those characters to show the possibility that it is in the multiverse. But I hope it will be fixed. If it's not in December, then in March, when Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness comes out. Yes?
Yeah, I'd just like to add, yeah, that's interesting. thought about that because now I mean, obviously we're dealing with the multiverse, but I never thought about the fact that Doctor Strange could be like a variant himself. So that's an interesting thought, that's for sure. And also, do you think we'll have like some more connections to Kang, possibly in this, like maybe in of little things? I mean, obviously, like we know Kang's around like from Loki, and also he's appearing in Ant-Man. But do you think he might there might be like a strong connection here, or?
It would have been nice if there was, Biz. I don't think there's going to be a connection to Kang because, you know, when you overthink it like you should as a diehard fan, then you have Doctor Strange breaking the multiverse via magic in this context. And then in Loki, it's being broken in a way that has a little bit more to do with science in the TVA and Kang. So it's almost like these two separate fronts on the multiverse that somehow now have to connect. So the way you kind of get into the multiverse in Loki is via time travel, right? And changing the historical events of what's going on in the MCU and creating these branches. Here in Far From Home, or No Way Home rather, you have a spell, I guess, that gets cast that sort of thrusts you into the multiverse. So it's kind of like two different independent concepts for how to get there. And I don't think we're going to see Kang because of it, you know?
Yeah, it's more likely we see Wanda if we see Wanda, if you know what I mean. I mean, Wanda has the same, is also searching for the multiverse, but I think they will keep, they keep bring all these kinds of multiverses and different timelines together in Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, because Loki has been confirmed for that movie, Tom Hiddleston. Wanda has been confirmed for that movie, and I guess after Spider-Man No Way Home has been released, they will also confirm Tom Holland for that movie. I have that feeling because he is due for another team-up movie. There has been no announcement yet for an Avengers movie, but there has been an announcement today that Sony has renamed their universe that is slightly connected to the MCU. At least they want that to be connected to the MCU. Let me phrase that correctly. That they have renamed it that it's a Spider-Man universe or something. So they explicitly added the Spider-Man thing. So I guess the deal is done after No Way Home and the team-up movie, and I'm betting it's Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. So.
And I guess really it's the far-reaching implications of this trailer that are probably setting me off my MCU game, right? Because if you can bring these characters in from the Raimi-verse or whatever you want to call it, from these previous movies, then you've kind of opened up Pandora's box for whoever else can kind of show up, right? So, you know, Hugh Jackman with a walker showing up.
Yeah, I have a feeling they won't do that because that would be too much. Too much.
Well, the fans are responding very well to this, though, Grandmaster. You know, I mean, you and me having reservations, we are in the extreme minority.
I have realized that.
Lit up at this, and people are loving the idea. And I don't want to take that away from folks. I mean, if those movies are really important to you, and I love those movies, right? I just never kind of wanted the two streams to cross, but they are now, and the fans are liking it. And corporations tend to do what fans like. So if crossovers like this are successful, there's no end to the type of stuff that this multiverse could lead to moving forward. And I would be disappointed if you had Fox characters kind of stepping in and making comebacks and all sorts of story mechanics that revolve around bringing somebody back in a way that is kind of lazy, from a creative perspective, because you're just doing it from the multiverse.
Yeah, that's my thoughts about it as well. I mean, they also bring in Electro from the Amazing Spider-Man series, so and of course Andrew Garfield has also been rumored for this movie to appear. So yeah, it's not only the Raimi films they are connected to, but also the ones I think that were directed by Webb. Yeah, they are moving in a direction which I fear, but I am not, of course, the person who decides things, unfortunately. But
yeah, and it's a creative direction. It's a legitimate story direction that they can go in. I would never say they couldn't do it. And eventually they had to make a creative decision that I probably was going to disagree with. And this is it. You know, I'm really curious to see how this movie is going to shape up and what its impact is going to be like on MCU films moving forward. This is a door that they could easily just close in No Way Home. Like after we've done our multiverse fun and we got our Raimi characters in there, that could be the end of it. But there could be other incursions, right? Moving forward, not just in Spider-Man films, but in other films in general, right? Now, every dream that the fans have ever had of doing mashups between characters that were gated by these corporate brands could be a reality. And I just think that that's just going to be a mess. I mean, I know that there are a ton of people out there who would enjoy that. And again, you know, that's not for me to say that it would suck. If you like it, cool. But I know for me, that would be the beginning of me starting to cool off on the MCU kind of in general.
Exactly. You took the words right out of my mouth. But I guess that's different for you, Biz.
Yeah, I was also going to mention you've mentioned Electro. I wonder who else is going to be in the Sinister Six. Do we have any thoughts on that? Like, for example, obviously there's Doc Ock, there's Norman Osborn, there's
yeah,
Electro.
You have Green Goblin and Doc Ock. Have been basically confirmed. Yeah. Electro has also been spotted in the trailer, or at least a hint at Electro. Same goes for Sandman. Thomas Hayden Church was it, I think, who played Sandman in Spider-Man 3 or something.
And I think someone saw the lizard or something.
And the lizard from the Amazing Spider-Man was also spotted in the...
A lot of people think that's the lizard, but when I kind of do the frame by frame, it actually could be Venom.
Venom, right? Okay, yeah. Someone mentioned that too. Yeah, Venom.
Yeah, and I think there's a good chance. Maybe we'll get the Scorpion. I mean, he has been teased in Homecoming, of course. So, yeah.
But what about Morbius? Do you think he'll be in the mix?
Could all be.
Anything's possible.
Yeah.
It's the multiverse, man. Anything goes.
Right.
That's true.
This is like the Chinese finger puzzle of speculation boxes, right? Like, there's just no way to get out of this. Anything could happen in this movie. But at the very least, I think they're going to put together something that's pretty entertaining. And again, just because I disagree with what they're doing creatively doesn't mean that they're going to put together a bad movie, you know, like an objectively bad film. It's just, you know, they're handling the characters like when they first said that Age of Ultron was coming out and that Tony Stark was going to be the creator of Ultron, that was another sort of creative decision I disagreed with. I was like, not only does it disagree with canon, but it sort of places Tony Stark at the center of the MCU as it becomes the Iron Man cinematic universe. And well, too late now, right? That already happened. That was so many films ago that his legend just kept building. Another thing that concerned me is that, you know, some of the criticisms that you get about the first two films is that I think, or at least Homecoming, is that Spider-Man is kind of too reliant on mentor figures like Iron Man and gets his tech from, you know, Tony Stark, and he's kind of like Iron Spider or Iron Boy or, you know, Iron Lad, whatever is like the diminutive form of Iron Man. And now we're kind of seeing the same thing here with Doctor Strange, right? He's going to get, at least the rumors say, modified Spider-Man tech that kind of incorporates magic. So he'll be the Spider Mage now. And I wonder how the fans are going to take to him sort of taking on the properties of yet another character in this film, but there's a lot to unpack. And if you love Spider-Man as much as I think we do on this, on this show, then that you're gonna be concerned, because this is like the prince of Marvel Comics, the crown prince of the MCU. We know Iron Man is king, even though he's dead. So there's always a lot of trepidation about how they handle that character. But I think there was just so much pent up tension. We hadn't seen anything. Sony kept holding it back. Everybody loves Spider-Man. Spider-Man is like pizza, right? Nobody doesn't like pizza, even if it's cold pizza. It's like, I could still get down on a slice of that, right?
Yeah.
You're gonna
Perfect
make
analogy.
Yeah. By the way, did you see the speculation about Charlie Cox being in the room where Peter's interrogated?
No.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Yeah,
are some people who did the frame by frame as well, and
goodness.
they think they have spotted Charlie Cox.
Wow.
Damn.
Well, if that happens, then yeah. Well, like I said before, anything goes. By the way, I do want to emphasize that that maybe if I don't like what they're doing, that doesn't mean that I'm not happy for the fans who do like what they're doing. I saw a lot of excitement, and well, people should be excited because, yeah, if you look at it from objective standpoint, it was awesome. As simple as that.
And people who don't know the difference between the brands, who don't care about Sony and don't care about MCU and aren't like behind the scenes, I can understand why you love this, because it harkens back to the past. You're getting those homages, and then it also looks towards the future with what the MCU is doing. But because I'm so rooted in the behind the scenes as well as what goes on creatively in front of the camera, it's hard not to be cynical about this. This really feels like the proverbial deal with the devil, in terms of, if you want to use Spider-Man again in this third film, we got to get some of our Spider-Verse characters in here, right? And this is how we're going to do it, right? It just feels like that type of compromise is what led to this type of storytelling.
To me, it felt the same. It felt like Marvel Studios was so desperate to finish up this Peter Parker story that they gave away the candy, if you know what I mean, to Sony. Mm-hmm. And I don't think it's worth it.
Well, Sony gets an opportunity to legitimize their Spider-Verse if it can cross over with the MCU. And granted, there hasn't been a lot of Spider-Verse to see yet. I think we've got the Venom movies, and then we know we got some trailers. We got a Venom movie. We know there's a Mobius movie coming, or Morbius movie rather, not Mobius, the guy from Loki, but Morbius. And then we know there's some Black Cat, Silver Sable, Kraven. There's a lot of stuff in development.
Spider-Woman made by Olivia Wilde.
Right. There's exactly a Spider-Woman coming, but none of those films have Spider-Man in them, right? They're conspicuously devoid of Spider-Man, even though Sony could use Spider-Man, right? They probably can't use the exact MCU iteration of Spider-Man, and this is speculation. I know that there's going to be a lot of amateur legal armchair dudes that jump down my throat, but I doubt that they could use the one that's sort of been created by Disney. But it's easy for them to say, we can come up with another Spider-Man and put him in there, but you'd get a much bigger boost if your Spider-Man or your Spider-Verse could be legitimized via the MCU, which is just so wildly popular right now, right? Rather than go in another direction with Spider-Man and feel like you're competing with the MCU, the thing to do, the smart business move would be, let's make it sound like it's all one big family, and then everybody feels good about both brands.
You can compare this to the first Avenger. It's Sony has hopped on the train of the MCU, and probably I'm the one who falls into the ravine. But that's another story for another day.
There was literally a train in the trailer, so the Grandmaster knows of what he speaks.
So, well, I think we have unpacked enough about this trailer for now. Are we still excited for the movie? I just want to know. Biz, I guess you are.
Yeah, definitely. I'm definitely excited.
Lord Deathman, can you still muster up some excitement for this movie?
I think I'm a little medium on it. There's some other projects that probably will be a bit more interesting to me. And the reason for my sort of neutral excitement on this is because it's really still hard to tell what they're going to do, what direction they're going in with this. And I really do feel like this trailer was more the result of pressure because of the way things leaked. So this doesn't feel like, a really thought out sort of marketing style trailer. This feels like, we got a bunch of rumors in the wild. Why don't we just use this trailer to confirm them? So I'll be waiting on a trailer 2 to sort of get more of the bigger picture of what is going on here.
Yeah.
But yeah, I remain neutral on this film, and I think some other projects like Eternals and Shang-Chi are going to be, where my, big excitement is.
I join Lord Deathman in his views. To keep it easy. Biz, you had a follow-up comment?
Yeah, there's a couple of things. I'd just like to mention also, for those that don't know, like in the source material, with the creation of Ultron, the one who actually created it was Ant-Man. So like when he was saying they focused on Iron Man, but yeah. So I'd just like to mention that, and also with what LDM was also saying before with the mentor role constantly being like in the Spider-Man movies, like they even had like it went back full circle, like for example with the "I will allowed" comment, like that's what Iron Man said to Doctor Strange, and then they flipped it around. So it's kind of like it's almost kind of like meta, like they're making fun of itself. It's weird, but
yeah,
I thought that was pretty good.
You're right.
Yeah.
And it's a frequent.
And then we also forgot about the Vulture. He might be in the Sinister Six too.
Very true.
And he's the one who actually met Scorpion in jail, like with the tat. Anyway.
Yeah.
There was also another thing where, yes, it could also be related to the actual cartoon, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. Like we're assuming that we might see Toby and Andy Garfield, but we could also see other Spider-Mans, like for example Spider-Ham, or that film noir type detective Spider-Man, or it could be Spider-Gwen with Gwen Stacy. I mean, who knows? It could be crazy. And then that's why I'm excited.
I still would like to get some sleep tonight. Come on.
And there's one final thing. What do we think about the post-credit scenes with this movie?
Wow. I can't even begin to speculate what those are going to be like. What do you think?
Do you think we'll see Wanda in the post-credits, or maybe Loki even?
Could be.
Yeah.
It could also be a post-credit scene connecting this movie to Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania.
That's true. Yeah. Because in the
multiverse, I could bet on Wanda. I could go with Biz's speculation on Wanda, but you know what, guys? This could all be Mysterio. Maybe we never even left the hologram. We're just still in it.
Yeah, Mysterio.
Yeah, could be. It's there are tons of possibilities, and it actually excites me, and I do want to see the movie. I just hope it isn't as bad as I fear. If you know what I mean.
I'm sure you'll both love it. You're a bit anxious, but I get it though.
Well, we'll see. You know what? If Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness wraps everything up neatly and we're done with that, then I think I could probably live with it. So I'm not out of the fandom yet, and I'm not looking for a new admin for Sakaar yet. Okay.
Yeah, hang in there, Grandmaster.
I'm gonna tie this up now. I hope you enjoyed our talk about the new Spider-Man No Way Home trailer. If you do, and you want to talk to us and tell us why we're wrong or why we're right, come join us at Sakaar, sakaar.freeforums.net. You can also follow us on Twitter and Facebook. The links will be down in the description. I wish you all a very nice evening, or night, or morning, or afternoon, wherever you are. Bye.